Chapter 4, The Night We Won the Book. Okay, it was just before World War II. We were the only family in New York town that didn't turn on a car. I was the typical teenagers, and to me, no car when most other had one was disgraceful. Our daily shopping trips were made in a small two-wheeled basket cart town. ओके अगर कहीं शॉपिंग करने के लिए जाना होता तो इस तरीके की बास्केट कार्ट में जाते थे. बाय एन एंशियंट पोनी दैट माई मदर हैड नेमेड ब्रेकेज आफ्टर द कैरेक्टर इन डेविड कॉपरफील्ड. बॉनी बाकेज वॉज अ कमिक एवरी शोर एवरी क्लॉप of his hooves showed our poverty. We were poor. My father's salary as a clerk would have been enough had he not given half of it to support his ill and poor relatives. Even our house was mortgaged. Yes. Okay, ये है basket cart. He has no car. Mother consolated the family by saying, if you have a character, you have the better part of wealth. My better reply was, you can't buy a car with it. Yet she succeeded in making poverty tolerable in all other respects, our home and charm. Mother knew the secret of using a few yards of the right tint and a little paint in the right place, but the grace is still stabled brackets and not a car. Suddenly there arrived a moment which was the convent my shame into a blaze of glory. For weeks a new buick roadmaster had stood in the window of the biggest store on Main Street. Now on the final celebrations night of the country fair, it was to be reflected of after watching the fireworks. I stayed in the shadow at the edge of the throng till the end when the winning number was to be drawn out. Decorated in a booting on special platform, the bouquet glittered under a dozen spotlights. The crowd held its breath as the mayor reached into the glass bowl for the lucky ticket. Never in my most lavish desire had I thought that Lady Luck would smile upon the only family in town without a car. But loudspeaker boomed my father's name. By the time warmed my way up the platform, the mayor had presented Dad with the keys and he had driven off amid cheers. I reached home in recorded time, imagining myself at the wheel of the book, driving my friends. The house was dark but for lights in the living room. The book stood in the driveway, glittering in the glow from the front window. From the garage, I heard a sniffle from Barclays. Plating from my run, I touched the car's smooth surface, opened the door and got inside. The luxury interior had that wonderful new car smell. I studied the gleaming dashboard, turning my head to admire the back seat. I saw my father's sturdily figure through the rear window. He was pacing the sidewalk. I slammed the door and rushed over to him. "Leave me alone," he snarled. I was taken aback. I could not have been more hurt, shocked. I went into the house. Mother met me in the living room. Don't be upset," she said. Your father is struggling with an internal problem. Well, I have to wait until he finds the right answer. What's unethical about ringing up The car may not be ours after all. There's questions. I shouted vainly. How can there be question? It was announced downtown over the loudspeaker. Come here, son. On the table under the lamp were two filled tickets, numbers 348 and 349. The winning numbers was 348. Do you see the difference between the two? Mother asked it. I looked carefully. The only difference I can see that 348 won. Hold 348 to the light and look hard. It required a lot of looking to see the faint letter K damply marked in pencil on one corner. Do you see the K? Okay, just barely. It stands for Kendrick. Jim Kendrick, Dad. So that's Bob. So yes, she explained. My mother has asked Jim if he wanted to buy a ticket. Jim had a mobbled. Why not? And turn it back to what he was doing. It may never have crossed his mind again. Dad then brought two tickets in his own name with his own money, marking 348 for Kendrick. That was hardly visible and count be wiped out by the lightest rub of a thumb. To me, it was an open and shut case. Jim Kendrick was a multimillionaire. He owned a dozen cars. He lived on an estate with a staff of servants, including two calculus. Another car meant less to him than a barley on Becky's meant to us. I agreed. Dad's got to keep it. I know he'll do what's right, Mother said calmly. At last we had Dad's step on the front porch. I had my breath. He went straight to the phone in the dining room and dialed. Kendrick's phone rang for a long time. A servant finally answered. From what Dad said at our end, I could tell that Kendrick had to be annoyed. He was annoyed at being roused from sleep. My father had to explain the whole thing from the beginning. The next afternoon, Kendrick two cheerfully arrived in station wagon. Before driving the book away, the presented Dad with a box of cigars. We didn't get a car until after I was grown, but as the time went on, my mother sporium. If you have a character, you have the better part of wealth. Took on a new meaning. Looking back over the years, I know. Oh, now we were never richer than we were at the moment when Dad made that telephone call. John Gagger's question answer. Mention details in the story which show that the narrator's family was quite poor. So answer is yes. Wait. Okay. Answer. The narrator's family had no car. They would go on the shopping trips in a small two-wheeled basket car drawn by an old Bonnie. Also their house was a mortgaged. ओके नरेटर की फैमिली के पास गाड़ी नहीं थी. वो एक छोटी सी घोड़ा गाड़ी पर बाहर जाते थे. क्वेश्चन 2. Why was it so important for the narrators to possess a car? Answer. It was important for the narrators to possess a car because most their families had one. So, question 3. How did the narrator's joy turn out to be short-lived? When he realized that his father was thinking of giving the car Kendrick for whom the had bought the winning lottery ticket. Okay. Question 4 है. Explain what the narrator means when he say I know we were never richer than we were at the moment when Dad made that telephone call. At that moment, he realized the worth of honesty. He had learned that the most valuable thing one could on was thoroughness and integrity of character. Question 5. Do you think the narrator's father did the right things or was he foolish? Give me a reason for answer. The narrator fathers did the right things because at the end we remember for our honesty. Yes, I like it. The ending of the story as it left a long lasting effect on my mind. It really should my mind and that there is no death of honest people and integrity. Question 6 है, do you like the ending of the story? Why and why not? Answer है, yes, I like it. The ending of the story, it left a long lasting effect on my mind. It really shows my mind that there is no death of honest people. Okay.